actually. All right. So I guess we'll start off with maybe just like simple things. Obviously, don't dive right into bullshit. Um, let's go over first and foremost. Let's go over recruitment. Okay. Something very easy. Something very simple. Okay. We have guilds out there that are against us. This is a thing. Okay. It's dramatic. There's nothing we can do about it. People don't like us. We don't like certain people or whatever. When you're recruiting, you need to take in consideration. This is for everybody. I don't care if you're new to the guild or you've been here for fucking since launch. Okay. When you recruit, you have to filter out bullshit. Do your best. So far, I feel like everybody's done great, but just remember, it's a thing. So when you're recruiting, first look at what are we as a guild asking for. We're asking for level 60 plus, 425 year score plus. That's what we're asking for. Do we always get that? No, and that's okay. Okay, when you advertise what we're asking for. We've got macros for it. We've got in-game shit that's for it. You can use 50 energy, or you can just copy paste the shit in the server and spend 2 energy or whatever the fuck it costs. It doesn't matter. Every little bit helps. I've told you guys before, spamming it. If like 5 people are doing it within 30 minutes, fuck them. I don't care. Oh, Wetwork's recruiting again? Fuck them. Yeah, absolutely. Until we get a significant amount of people on the battlefield. So whether with the recruitment, remember what we're asking for and then filter them out. When you're talking to them, try to get to know them a little bit. You don't need to go through a fucking thesis to get to know somebody. I've thrown out examples. Motherfuckers hit me up. They'd be like, yo, I want to join. I'm like, oh, sweet, right on. Blah, blah, blah. And they'll be like, when's your Node Wars days? I'm going to tell you right now, if somebody flat out just responds with when's your Node Wars days, you've got a 50% chance that those are people who are willing to fucking cipher information from you to end up dropping on days that we build. Just to give us bullshit because they know that we don't have 50 motherfuckers in our guild to drop on a Node Wars day, right? I'm sorry, but this is annoying, and you've all been there, and you've suffered from it. You know what it's like to deal with fucking more than what we have to throw on a battlefield and people teaming up against us. It sucks. So in doing so, try to do your best to filter these people out. You know, get to know them just a little bit. And if you, another thing is taking them to the battle. Hold on. All right. Yeah, that would be great too. One of the things that I really want to make sure we do is the combat trial. Okay, you guys that are recruiting, some of you guys are not even fucking 60 yet, all right? Whatever, it is what it is, okay? And I don't expect you to take somebody to the battle arena and fuck them up. There's a few reasons why I want you to take them to the battle arena. A, make sure you're not getting trolled. If they're already in a guild, and we know we have shit with this guild, boom, you caught them. Or, I mean, if they go, they'd be stupid to go, but if, you know, whatever. And then the other thing is that, yes, everyone here loves to help people when it comes to teaching somebody how to play or helping someone how to play or getting them the gist of everything. But I have played this game since launch, and I'm sick and tired of teaching a person that's just started playing the last month. That is boring. I'm sorry, but I don't want to do it, just like most of you guys probably don't want to do it. You know what I mean? Obviously, we learn something new every day. Dude, fucking Warsdak didn't even know that there was a Merv's palette. He thought he had to use, like, everything first before.
Throw me under the bus, why don't you?
No. So, like, no, I'm just using an example. Like, Warstak did not know that he had to use, like, a certain, like, palette. He thought he had to use it first, and then he can work himself up to, like, Merv's palette and shit. Dude, that kind of shit, that sucks, but it's like, that's fun. That's actually fun and funny. So, here's the thing. I'd love to say, like, oh, bro, let me teach you about that. Instead of, hey, guys, how do I ride a horse? How do I tame a horse? What's PvP? Hey, why you guys PvP so much? That shit, leave that, man. Let somebody figure the game out for a while before they fucking join. They've made it really easy for people to hit level 60, especially 56. That's why we don't want these new ass people coming in like annoying everybody, because we love questions, but so many questions in 1 second in which they repeat the next day, that shit gets under everyone's skin. So just be clear with what we're looking for. If you advertise for a certain shit and you get a person that says, I'm like 10 points away from that gear score, but I'm active, I'm this, I really look forward to this, I want to get into Node Wars, shit like that, man, talk to these people. Absolutely. I'd rather fill a flame tower with a person that is willing to be in that flame tower and take someone that's been here for a while, that's geared up a little bit, out of that flame tower to put on the field to make a little bit better of a difference, rather than not get anybody at all. Period. That's common sense. You guys know this. So with recruiting, keep that in mind. What we're looking for, expectations, especially after today, and that's good and golden. The other thing I want to add at the very end of the recruitment is this. I know that we do the whole like funny like cake dick thing and all that kind of stuff. And I will say this, I will leave that to everybody's discretion whether or not you want to do that. It's not mandatory that you do that. There's been some conversations that I've had with people with the way they are that I thought, man, you know what? I don't even really want to ask that. I mean, they seem legit and cool, but like I don't even really want to do it because I just wasn't up to it at that time either. You know what I mean? So that's up to you guys. And I say this. We will have a 7-day policy after today. We can discuss that later on, but after 7 days, we will know whether or not this person's personality, attitude, everything fits in this guild. It is going to be a probationary period. 7 days, probationary, period. After 7 days, everybody can, you know, I mean, for the most part, the leaders of the guild, officers and whatnot, will take in consideration everybody else, because all the members, everybody's a full thing. We all work together. However, others have more responsibilities. So your inputs are extremely valid and important to us. But for the officers, every 7 days or so after we get somebody, and we will keep track of it, we will take a vote on this person. If we feel like they fit, and it will be unanimous. If they don't fit, they are gone. I don't care whether everybody likes them, but you know, or whatever the case is, they are gone. Period. That is to help keep the guild on the same page, on the same
question. If it's a group of friends, what are we gonna do?
Same shit. It applies to all. There's no favoritism. That's up to them. Now, here's the thing.
It's a group of friends.
But if one of them is like we like him, is can stay, and the third, like the other one goes.
I mean, obviously that is a different situation, but at the same time, they're all treated the same. You know what I'm saying? And if you've realized from historical events, when you get 5 people to come into your guild and one of them fucking hates everybody, more than likely 4 of them are going to leave at some point too. So here's the thing. Common sense again tells us you got 5 people that come into the guild and then they don't fucking like it, then 2 or 3 of them don't work out. More than likely they're all fucking going to leave and we're going to have to remove them all. So we'll play it by ear, but at the same time, the rules still apply. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I mean, that's a valid question. It really is. I get that. Yeah, you're right. So, and that, I guess since you brought that up as well, mergers, guys, I'm not merging into anybody. I'm sorry. That's the one thing I will be an authoritarian type person on. I will not merge into anyone else, period. I know some people, my brother, beat me in the fucking ear with it all the time. And I know some of you guys even feel the same way. I get it. And there has been times I thought, you know what, maybe I should just tell everybody, let's go somewhere else, you know, whatever. Because I get demoralized. I'm a human being just like you. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm also a person in healthcare. I empathize for people a lot. And I probably empathize more than most. Okay, so I care a lot. And I care about everybody's, you know, this is going to sound so fucking gay. Gaming well-being. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do. Like, I really care about motherfuckers, whether you are Maywing smartass or you're fucking pink eyes dumbass. You know, I'm being funny with you two, but
all
I'm serious.
about that mental health.
Right, everybody in between. I care about all of you. I don't care about drama and catty shit, but I do care about everybody because again, I want everybody to be happy, and I know I can't make everybody happy. Not all of us can do that, but you know, you just try to do the best you can. So I do care. Mergers, we're not going anywhere. However, if somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, bro, I got 10 motherfuckers, all different levels," we will take it on a, you know, what am I trying to say? Base by base or
Case by case.
Case by case. We'll take it case by case. We will iron that shit out. And I'm expecting officers and everybody to literally iron that shit out and be like, all right, we're going to make a deciding factor. Again, if you guys send messages towards, you know, to everybody, your inputs, like in Discord or some shit, and like everything, again, that'll help. So mergers, we're not going anywhere. They can come here, but we will be very selective. We do have allies. I want to make sure everybody knows our allies. We have not Node War allies, but they are open world GVG allies. The Sovereign, which we really don't do too much for. They're just kind of like there, and that's okay. But we do have an open world GVG ally with Eviscerate. Eviscerate's a very strong guild, and they're allied with the right people. And with those right people, we become allied. We have friends and alliances in Snake. That is a very strong siege guild. That's like someone saying, "Hey, well, me and Up are going to deck your ass." That's like, we can do that or whatever, you know? So I've got people willing to deck up from these guilds to help us out when we need it. Do I want to remember this? Do I want to pull that fucking card all the time? No. Just like I wouldn't expect people to pull our card if we were, you know, on that same page or whatever. So just know we have some good alliances out there. I'm talking with Eviscerate. They might be trying to help us win some nodes. That's nothing set in stone right now. Me and Jen are talking about it. But if that's the case, you know, that's awesome. Absolutely. Here's the thing that we've known for in the past with working with other guilds. They either don't listen or they fucking suck. And you know what? That's our fault to not cut that shit off quicker than what we have before. Prime example, Regime. That was a mistake. We learned it from day one. But we kept trying and because we cared, and it still burnt us in the end. We're not going to do that anymore. We will use one Node Wars if that's the case, and you know, like say, I don't know, hypothetical Baklava Boo Boo Guild says, "Hey, we're looking to do some shit," and we're like, "All right, well, what you got?" And we just work something out. We drop on a day, and we realize, okay, guys, this is what we expect from Wetwork and our part, and this is what we kind of look forward for your part. We'll see how it goes. After that Node Wars, if it is utter chaos and bullshit and stupid, road fighting, can't make pushes correctly and all that kind of stuff, done. We are taking our troops. We are pulling them out. We are going to put them in Russia. Wait, I said that wrong. We're going to take the troops out and keep them. Period. We're not doing it. I think that will save us drama, and it'll help us progress. Because word will get around. People talk in games, man. Word of mouth is best advertisement. People will be like, "Hey, man, Wetwork, you know about them?" They'll be like, "Yeah, man, we can't work with them. Why not? They fucking expect more than what we can do. They're assholes." Now, do I want them to think we're assholes? Yes. Kind of. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, assholes don't get fucked with too much. Think about it.
What kind of love life do you have?
Fuck that bitch.
Dicks, fuck pussies, and assholes.
But I do want that. I've always wanted that. I always wanted people to say, you know, like, you're out there grinding and shit, and people fucking, you know, try to push you out of your spot, and then someone's like, "Man, fuck you, I'll deck on you." You're like, "Okay, bring it." And then they get decked or whatever the case is, and then someone's like in their guild like, "Dude, who the fuck decked Wetwork? They're gonna fucking murder us." Or that's gonna be an asshole fight. I want that. I want that in people's brains. And we can deliver it. You guys have done good with it. Like NRGD. That fucker, dude. That's funny. I like it. I like it. And I'm like, you guys, I fucking like it. Like, see a kill feed with like 15 different people. Fuck yeah, dude. So anyways, okay, so that is that. Recruitment and merging, whatever the case is. Does anybody have anything on that? And please speak up.
No opinions here, my good sir.
I was going to say, any disagreements, any ideas?
I do have.
I know, right?
Cut that bitch off.
Oh, okay. Well, something a 425, right? A 425 gear score is going to bring to a table that a no gear score will bring to the table. You know what I'm saying?
More defense.
But we have learned from it. We've learned from past experiences. When we raised that shit up to like 450 and 480, maybe. Well, we've never done 480 or. Well, actually, yeah, we did 480 and we did 500 at one point. Did you ever get anybody? Nope. You know why? Because those motherfuckers have found a place.
Yep, they're all in a guild order.
They're all in a guild, and they're either loyal or they're collecting bank. Maybe not a lot of bank, but they're still collecting something. Why? Because they're winning node wars. I get that. I don't want to demoralize anybody with that shit. But yeah, I mean, go ahead.
The only way we're going to get people with already good gear scores, we get out there and we start kicking ass, taking names.
Yeah.
And
Get our name.
Yeah, get our name out there, show who we are. And, you know.
It is. It is. Yeah, and that's kind of how I mean, I think most of us look at it that way. Like, you're right, 425, you're like, right. And then within a week or two, I mean, you can see if people are making gains, you know. That's why we have the Gear Score bot. You know, if you see that someone's been on that page and hasn't done shit for a month, that's kind of like, that is actually our responsibility as a guild, as officers and whatnot, to poke at that person like, hey, bro, why are you so comfortable? Like, what the fuck? You know, blow your shit up. Look, you want me to log into your shit and actually do it for you? I'm like, fuck. You know what I mean? And I think we need to be a little bit more assertive with that, with people getting too comfortable.
I think it's a good call because as the game shifts to numbers versus gear score, we need active people, and another body to dump in the field is better than nothing, as people said before.
Yeah.
So it's a good call.
What I put in play before was that we will recruit as smaller as our weakest members. We still had people on the Gear Score bot, if I'm not mistaken, still in the 300. Maybe not. Maybe it's changed. I don't know.
They might not have updated the bot.
Okay, 420. Oh, so hey,
420.
Pothead. Yeah, pothead scored. But no, for.
He's still working.
Okay, so hey, that's actually kind of cool because guess what? I mean, we can work with that. You know, like make that our kind of like basis. And here's the thing, and this is what you're going to see as far as node wars differences. If we could take, okay, right now you've got, you got about 20 people up on that thing right now on the Gear Score bot. That's just guessing. Okay, out of those 20 people, you've got 9, 10. Okay, you got about 10 or so people who are above 500. Do you guys know how much more of a difference you'll make if everybody was more than 500? How much harder you'll hit? How just much stronger you are. It does take time. Guys, I'm not soft cap yet, and I've been playing since fucking launch, and I blow my shit up. I'm a raging tet rouletter. Ask anyone. So when people are like, man, this shit hurts, I'm like, I know, I'm missing limbs because of this shit.
And people say I'm RNG.
But still, and some people are. Some people are lucky as fuck, but we can't, you know what? That's another thing. Don't hate on the motherfuckers who got RNG. Tease them. Hell yeah. Did I tease Pink and some other, like, fucking Vile? That motherfucker did it too. Fuck you. But hey, man, Congrats. Seriously, because that's the shit. Not only are you going to benefit yourself, you're benefiting everybody else. Thank you for taking that chance, you know? Fuck. Not thank you for re-rolling, but thank you for, you know? But that's your choice. That's your opportunity to play something new, stay interested in the game, and, you know, again, be part of us, you know? Fuck. Crickets. So anything else on the recruitment? Anybody?
Oh, my suggestion was to possibly maybe like clean up some scripts. So like when somebody finally does answer us, you know, we can all have like a same little like, hi, well, welcome and thank you for choosing Wetwork. Here's what we look and
already
yada
have
yada. If anyone's interested, I mean, everyone can just go about it their own way. Just suggestion.
We do have
We
one,
do.
and you are right. I need help with that stuff, guys. I can do a lot of stuff, but here's the thing: when I do nothing but administrative stuff, I get bored as fuck, and I really want to play. So some of you guys, if what I typed up there for recruiting and all that kind of stuff, I've already noticed when I'm talking to somebody, I'll be like, oh fuck, I need to put that in there, or like I forgot to ask this, and that needs to go in there. What do? Fucking forget because I'm playing the goddamn game. I need everybody's help and opinion on that shit. So if you feel like things need to be omitted or added, please help. I have never turned anybody down from help for helping or trying, you know, putting in input. You're fucking human. You're all opinions. Let me hear those opinions. Shit. Whether or not we do them or not, or we like them or we don't. I mean don't. So what? At least you threw something out there. That shows your participation. So yeah, help me out with that shit. Please.
No.
Okay.
No.
Let's see.
No.
Want to make sure, and I guess to recap on everything and just putting it in stone, guys, we are a PvP guild. Everyone needs to know that. We are PvP oriented. We are heavily PvP oriented. We flag, we deck, we do whatever it takes to fucking fight. If you guys, and this is being serious, if any of you guys really feel that you are not a PvP oriented person, honestly, this might not be the place for you. Seriously. I mean, if you feel like you want to do nothing but like do trading and stuff like that, there are life skilling guilds out there that fucking they devote their time and AFK shit for that. It doesn't mean you hate us, we hate you. It just means that we're not on the same page as far as your gaming experience. Take the opportunity to be in a life skilling guild. Because honestly, who was it that was here that was like that? Apologist Pete. Okay, he constantly complained about fucking PvP. That motherfucker did not fit. Some of you new guys, you're gonna get your ass handed to you. So what? Get your gear up, fucking fight back. Everyone here has been through a shit ton of being shit on before they got their gear up. It's part of the game. If you don't want to do that PvP shit, find a life skill guild. Seriously. I mean that. And we will be watching that during the 7-day probationary period for anybody that comes into this guild. If they spend 6 days AFK processing as opposed to 1 day fucking node warring and that's it, they're not going to fit. I know it's a number, but I can honestly, you know damn well they're not going to fit. I do ultimately want to get us into Siege. There's going to be changes in Node Wars when it comes to guilds being able to drop a certain amount of players together with other guilds to make one Node War unit or some shit. I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but this is our prime time of making good allies. Eviscerate being one of them, and you know some others. Okay. So there's that recruiting. I guess now we should go over Node Wars, which is probably the most important, one of the most important. as we have been doing Node Wars forever, we haven't really won any Node Wars in a while. Okay. We have been teamed up against. We have had an absolute shit turnout. We have had a lot of issues. We are trying to do our best as far as, constructively getting shit done. Here's the thing. About a week ago, we made the change to take everybody out of Discord, or not out of Discord, put them in a separate channel, where everybody's muted and only shot callers talk. Okay. In my opinion, that was one of the best Discord and Node Wars that we've had in a long time, possibly ever. It was quiet. It worked. There was no bullshit call. I mean, random shit. Nobody repeating themselves. Nobody calling shit out there didn't need to be called. Like, I just died. Oh, okay. Thanks for letting us know. None of that shit happened, and it was fucking awesome. It has nothing to do with not wanting you to talk. It has something to do with organization and making Node Wars work, because we need to win. Here's the deal. We are trying to constantly figure out what works for our guild, not any other guild. I don't give a fuck how every other guild does it. What works for us? If we have ideas, here's the thing. A, if it sounds legit or if it does seem like it may work, we should do it. We should try it. The worst case scenario is, well, that didn't work. Take that off the block. So what? We learned. Prime example was, and I'm not throwing people under the bus. Again, we do everything in front of everybody, so don't take anything out of context. Vio had an idea that we were to separate offensive and defense. Part of me agrees 50%, another part of me disagrees 50%. I'm in a conundrum, okay? And that's where everybody else's opinion comes into play. Guys, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? At the last minute, we did change the idea and said, you know what, let's just do this, and this is what we're going to do. So Vio felt like, okay, well, I came up with an idea, and everybody fucking kind of agreed to it, and then we just got shut down at the very end. Was that bad on all of our part? Yes. Was that bad on my part? Yes. Shouldn't have done that. Vio, I'm sorry. Okay, it wasn't personal, and you know that. So here's the deal. Every Node Wars, we have got to figure out, what did we do good? What did we do bad? What can we do better? So every fucking Node Wars, we're testing shit, we're trying stuff, and we're pulling all the good stuff that works, and we're throwing away all the bullshit that didn't work.
Retro.
Yes, we have to do that. I was thinking about that the other day at work. Like when we have codes, okay? Can you imagine the first code that ever happened in the world, how fucking chaotic that was, and how fucked up shit went down, and how much they learned from that? And nowadays, we've got these perfect policies and procedures and blah, 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 because of all these fuck-ups that have gotten thrown out of the fucking, the pile of bullshit. We've got to utilize that in our Node Wars, because you guys are smart, you guys are good, and as long as we're all on the same page and we're all guided the same way, we're going to do it. We're going to be badass. So, every Node Wars, officers, and again, every member if you have an opinion, throw it out there, send a message to me, send a message to Maywing, send a message to any officer, say, hey, I was thinking about this. Again, if it gets used, don't take it to heart. If it doesn't get used, don't take that shit to heart. It's up to the officers and the GMs talk amongst ourselves and say, okay, guys, what do you think about this? Just a random person. Dragosani said, he thought maybe this might work. What do you guys think? And then we all get together and we try to figure something out. So when next Node Wars, be like, all right, guys, this is what's up. Everybody knows the original rules and regs. We're going to add something different today. This is what it is. Let's give it a try. And then we'll do it. If it doesn't work, we know, all right, man, good idea, but it doesn't work for us. Don't do it again. Perfect. constructive. Nobody gets butthurt. And that's not an attack. Don't take that out of context. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And I mean for everybody. I've had great ideas. I've been shot down. Like, hey, what if we do this? Nah, that doesn't sound right. Oh, fuck. All right. Well, it works, but all right, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. It's what works best for us, not me. So please keep that in mind. If you guys have ideas, let officers know, let GMs know. I mean, put it in general. You know what? I'll make it. I fucking feel like channels are just blowing up. I'll make a channel that says constructive criticism or something. And that'll be a place where people can dump ideas into. How about that? Anybody disagree with something like that? As long as it's used.
Wait, what?
I think
I'm
it's
down.
better than
That sounds
general chat because it probably gets overlooked with all the clutter.
That's what I'm saying. We do have a lot of channels. I mean, it's not hard to go through all the channels, but to some new people, they're like, oh, what do I find? You know, I can see that. So maybe we'll just consistently use like Node Wars channel for everything Node Wars related. Maybe I'll have to look at that, or we'll have to look at that and just try to figure out how to. Because I've got important information in there I don't want filtered out. Maybe we just have to have a separate officers GM channel for just only, like attendance or something. I don't know. It's just whatever. So we'll try to clean it up a little bit. Does anybody disagree with having a channel literally for?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, literally for what?
You
It's
disagree
for
before you even finished.
Right. A channel that's sole purpose is ideas and stuff like that. Just so they're out there and officers and the GMs can look at stuff and say, okay, guys, let's put this in. How does everybody feel about this? If we have a unanimous decision to utilize somebody's idea as opposed to not utilize it or whatever, like next Node Wars, you know what I'm saying? Does anybody disagree with having a channel specifically for that?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
No.
So we'll do that.
Dude,
If
we
it-
can try the channel. If it works, works.
But that's what I'm saying. So if it's a good idea, it's a good idea. And so remember this: sometimes a good idea sounds good in your head, but to others it don't. So if we make that channel, remember this: A, be constructive. If you think about it before you put it out there, it's like thinking before you open up your mouth. And we all have that issue. You know, even myself, I do too. Think before you speak. So it's like think before you put that shit on paper. Think about how everybody else might respond to that. Do you think it's really that good of an idea? If you think it's a ballpark game changer for the entire guild, put that shit out there. If you think that, you know, man, everybody's going to fucking hate this, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm an asshole, maybe don't put it. You know what I'm saying? Just be smart about it.
Dude, I just want to say separating the defense and the offense is not
I'm
a
getting to
good
that.
idea.
I'm getting to that. I think everybody can agree here. Everybody muted needs to stay in stone. That being said, there's other things involved. That being said, if you're not a shot caller, or maybe something that we pull off for today, like need be status, or maybe we can put something out there for whatever. I forget the name of it, but if you're not a shot caller or that,
Right to party is
exactly, you are muted. It is not an attack against your voice or any of your opinions or anything like that. It's just that you are not a person to speak at that time, period. There's no offense to it. It's to keep it clean. Prime example, that Node Wars, Black Soul got confused. Regardless or not, she knows that she's on fucking offense and shit like that. She still got confused. And we can't have that. We need to make sure people know what the fuck is going on. I really want to try the, hold on, how do I, okay. The reason why I'm 50% broken up on the whole idea of offense and defense being split is I feel that we are not, and this is just my opinion, I feel that we are not big enough to split the core so that offense can always handle their own, defense can always handle their own. That's just my way. That's just my brain, and I'm only one person in this
Exactly.
45-man guild. Okay, that was my only idea. Now, that doesn't mean everybody else disagrees, and that's fine.
I agree.
So,
And even if we were 60, 55 of them would be muted.
well, regardless, I'm saying I do still want to try it out. I really want to throw it out there, and I mean, I think we should still do it. So, and it does make sense. The other 50% of me is like this: hey, defense can hold their own. They're doing their own shit. You know, they're making their own calls. They're doing their own thing. They don't have to worry about anybody else talking over them.
Well, we
There's
have
no
a lot of
confusion
people.
between offense and defense. And the only time that offense and defense is to mingle with each other is when it is overrun. You know, when
But that's
defense
like
knows that they've
80%.
got 50 people mustering up on the north end side of their fucking fort, or of the fort, then they say, guys, there's 10 of us. We need fucking offense. And then all it takes is, boom, boom. Hey guys, defense shot caller here, or whoever, you know, whatever. Just letting you know, we you know, we need you, or there's you know, whatever, however you want to shot call it. Quick, clear, concise, easy. All right, offensive antag, let's go. You know, simple. Offensive and antag never really needs to dip their hands into the defensive shit. They don't. They really don't. The resing gets confusing and all that kind of stuff. So I really do want to try it. Does anybody here disagree with trying it out the next Node Wars? As long as we have a good 20, you know, whatever, we have a good turnout. Let's put it that way.
Hell yeah, brother.
Does anybody disagree?
Do you mean splitting up the defense in a different channel on Discord?
Right.
Yeah.
Does
I
anybody disagree?
Not for
Again,
now.
it's a trial testing phase.
Only
It's
way
not
we're gonna find
permanent.
out if it works is if you try it. So fuck it.
Exactly. Does
Yeah,
anybody
I'm
disagree?
I don't agree though.
I don't
But
agree.
again, I said something small.
That's okay. But for the most
Can I
part,
explain why?
I mean, when we have a lot of defense and a lot of offensive, yeah, you're right. I'm 100% with you. But right now, 80% of the time, at a certain point, like 10 to 30 minutes, we need everyone on the node because we're being zerg or we're trying to stop the zerg. Let's say it's right. So I think right now with 20, 30, 40 people, we can handle all of us. Just people need to be clear that they need to recognize the voice of you and know you should. I mean, if you don't say, okay, everyone, so they need to just listen to the officer of defense. That's it.
Can I explain why I disagree?
Hell yeah, brother.
yeah, that's what.
Oh, okay. I was waiting for okay. In the previous guild, we tried that, basically splitting up the defense and the offense. We were a pretty small guild, and it made sense that if we had 60 to 100 people, that we would do that. But apparently, even they don't do that. So we tried it still anyways to make sure that this is working because we have different people, of course, different players, and it didn't work. Basically, when we tried to say that something is happening, we had to switch channel, and it's a microsecond off, and every second counts. So a second too late and another second too late to respond is just a building gone. It's a barricade being blown up by horses.
On top of that, you might be jumping into the other channel, interrupting somebody that was making a shot, and then the two shots are confused, and then you have to take that extra bit of time to
Exactly.
say, okay, no, you go first, and then when they go give their call, then you give your call, and then by the time all that's happened, the call is 15 seconds stale.
Yeah.
Basically,
and
the
it's-
offense shot caller needs to have awareness of the defense at all times. So, and you can also actually do that by saying, defense, how's it going? Every 2 minutes, every 3 minutes after a fight, defense, how's it going? How are you guys holding up? But the defense needs to be very loud and clear and fast and very coordinated. Because if the defense knows offense is doing okay, they can already respond like, oh, I can drop a flag. They can really respond and then ask you as well, very clearly, short and concrete. And by being attacked, just use very short sentences like defense being attacked by 5. Don't need a whole story like, oh, they got an elephant. Oh, they got no. You don't need that. Very short, concrete, loud. Because until this day, I've been to every single Node War. I still don't know who the defense leader is.
Wait, there is no set defense.
Purpose.
Yeah, there is.
Sure, but now
there
it's
isn't.
like as you said.
There's group leaders, but there's no shot caller.
So Harry.
Well, I
here
guess
you go.
that changes today. Anyways,
I didn't
so
mean no offense, by the way, when I
permanently
said
or-
that,
or
but I
not
honestly
leaders.
don't know, man.
No, and here's the thing. This is what I want everybody to take from this. Okay, Even I have my disagreements. But here's the thing. Now that we all know why people have a disagreement, they have the idea in their head, they know why, numbers and whatever, fusions and shit like that. I still say, now that everybody's on the same page, still try it. Because if it doesn't work, then we knew that we already talked about it. We knew the pros and cons. Now that we ultimately know it either works or it doesn't. Simple. You see what I'm saying? Seeing is believing. You can hear shit all day long, but it's still until you see it, it's like, oh shit. Okay, prime example. Okay, we come up with all these different ideas or whatever on this one thing. It's like looking at a plate of food. You see that mountain of shit, you're like, oh man, it looks like dog shit. I'm not eating that. Fuck that. Well, what's the pro and con of eating that shit? Bro, it's vitamins, it's this, it's that. What's the con? It's like, it looks like dog shit. It smells weird. But exactly. But until you take a fork and you fucking take it and you shove it in your mouth, will you ultimately know that man, I knew it. It tastes like dog shit too. Or, hey, that's actually not too bad. Looks like shit, but God, it works. Same shit.
I say, well, let's try that after we get a node. I don't want to shit lose that node because of that.
No, every node wars is always a test. Every fucking node war is a test. The minute these guilds get comfortable is the minute they start losing. You should always be aware of what the fuck you could have done better as every individual player and as a guild. So I'm at fault for that too. I am absolutely at fault for that as well.
Anyway, I say let's make a vote.
Oh, well, the thing that I got to say about the whole muting everybody in Discord is there was a few times where there was things that were missed because people aren't reading chat, and then things just get kind of bypassed up at the top. I get that some people need to be muted because some people are too loud when they're fucking playing, but there's also some people shouldn't be muted. Like, in my opinion, like I said in the chat before, it's not because I want to talk, because half the time I don't talk during Node War. But I don't think that officers, and I think it's only officers and shot callers should be unmuted, because, I mean, think about it. Even all the great war generals, they all had a war council that they listened to. They did call the shots, and they said what had to be done and what had to be this is where we're going, this is what we're doing. But they also got opinions from other people to be able to, the other leaders that they had that they trusted, to be able to, okay, no, this is what I think we should do. That way you get more opinions. But just having the two, I get, yes, you guys thought that it went well, but there were things that were bypassed, things that were missed, that were typed out, that weren't even read, that those could have been seen and could have been, brought up.
Yeah, for example, with the recent wars, like in the war, it took 20 seconds or to 15 seconds to 20 seconds for anybody to actually notice me because I'm muted. But I'm the first one, or either Waffles was the first one, to actually find a node. And the last one, remember with Throne? You saw me that, I was pinging like mad fuck. You found a node, but I was the first one there. I was fighting too, which means I cannot type it either. So, but I was there, and it took 20 seconds for someone to find my ping or even find me on the map that I actually found the node and tagged it. That's a long time.
I can see, yeah, I do see where that can be an issue and such and so forth. But at the same time, there's going to be, we're going to have people that are on offense when we all split up to go find a fort. If the person is, again, a non-shot caller, a non-fucking officer, whatever the case would be, finding something, and same shit. So then what do we do then? Oh, well, we better unmute them because this, that, and the other. It just, okay.
The only reason I brought that up is because if you have the officers, the ones that we have, we're going to see that. If you miss it while you're still fighting, you're trying to find a place to go command and gather. Or you're trying to find a place to go and get the thing. You're fighting in the middle. I know you can't even talk half the time when you're in the middle of fighting, Mm-hmm. So, and there's times like that where, okay, I know something has to be said. So I'll say it. Okay, we need to do this and this. I'm not saying everybody needs to be unmuted. I only said that I think that officers and, shot callers should be unmuted, because most of the officers, we don't say anything anyway because we realize the shot callers.
I think a lot of the officers are the biggest issue.
I say everyone muted.
I agree.
Here's the thing.
Only thing we missed out on was PAs, which arguably
Is one of the biggest things in.
That's the thing. That's
Arguably,
that's the
if
thing
you
that
just
I
look
Yeah,
at your
but the
buff bar,
PA
it's so easy to just look at the animation. Like you sit there and you scream for 3 seconds. Who's gonna miss that?
Forget how easy it is. You just make a fucking command sign
Yeah,
and
you sit there for
PA.
3
That's
seconds.
it.
Just say PA in chat. It doesn't take long.
Or even then, if let's say between myself, for example, since everybody's familiar with it already, between myself and May or whatever, if I call if Steez, I know you're on offense. Okay, so I know you're either should be where I'm at because that's the thing. You're not
Yeah,
anti.
we're the same
You should
party.
be where I'm at, and I'm like, okay, this is just an example. Like Steez, go ahead and drop PA. In my brain, I know that I just called you out, even if you have it or not. I know within 9 seconds or whatever the fuck it is. I know that I'm calling the next person. Adria, go ahead and PA. And then giving my process, the 9-second process or whatever the case is. And then I'll do it, Dragon Sonny, PA. And even if they don't have it, that 10 seconds of fighting either A, sucks or it doesn't. You're making pushes. And I get that. And I think that shot callers need to stay aware of their casters and who they've got on their team. You know what I'm saying? You don't walk into a fight not knowing who the fuck's behind you. So shot callers need to know who the fuck they're working with, who's with them, who's got what. And that's why the Node Wars makeup, the party makeup is extremely important. Guys, we need to split the groups a certain way so that way it's effective.
I actually like whoever said that they had PA to put their PAs in chat. I think fucking witches and wizards should have to have a keybind for that.
I was gonna say, is it possible to create a macro where when we cast it, it puts it in chat?
Yeah,
I don't know. That's micromanaging that shit, and that's on you guys.
You'd have to do it manually. Like you just fucking put your fucking whatever key. Just hit that shit like 5 times. Flood it with chat. PA's up,
right.
PA's
But know that people don't pay attention to chat. I'm gonna tell you right now. When I'm focused on my screen, I do not look at chat. I'm looking forward, finding out what's
point proven right there.
Yeah, but
don't look at chat.
That was Steve's whole fucking point.
and where I agree to that. What we also know is that when you've got too many people still fucking calling shit out, it still confuses people.
I'm not saying like the whole if you want to unmute everybody and make sure that even the PA goes through and all that stuff, people just had to learn discipline and make that a habit.
You're right, and that's what we expected out of everybody from day one. And guess what? Nobody fucking listens.
All right, but if everybody is muted, then you're gonna have to accept that that's gonna be a disadvantage.
Yeah, you're forced. You're like, fuck.
Because if you tried to PvP, have you ever tried typing while PvP?
No, I can't do it.
But you expect us to do it.
You expect everyone else to.
No, I didn't say that. I expect you to be quiet and play. That's what I expected. Honestly, I mean, that sounds, I feel like a parent saying that. I don't know why. Don't take it that way. But I mean, I'm expecting people to be listening and fucking playing shit like that and listen to a shot call.
But then also in the same thing, you also said that if something has to be said that has to be known to the shot caller, we need to type it out. That's almost exactly what May said.
I didn't.
If something that a shot caller needs to know, you need to type it out so that we can read it. And then you said right off the bat.
So there is an issue there. Right. So there is an issue there. So again, it goes back to if you have something important to say or you feel like you're a person that sees all of this miraculous stuff in Node Wars, then maybe you need to be a fucking shot caller. Maybe you need to be one to speak up or be.
My argument
but that's just it.
Is that my argument for the typing thing is that if you are not near your shot caller, A, what are you doing? B, just point it out, ping it. If it can't be shown with a ping, then I mean, it's probably not going to take you more than a couple of seconds to say 5 people on ping or something like that.
There needs another thing. Sorry, Sam, but I want to be practical, not theoretically. When it's come to the PA, you can just put a command mark and just PA, so everyone see that. If you do, and what about Sin said, everyone should look chat fucking like every 10 seconds, sometimes in the middle of the fight or in the middle of the tension. But when you die, you can scroll up.
And at
So
the
it's
end of the
easier.
day, something's going to get missed, regardless of whether it's missed through chat because people are spamming chat, or if it's missed because people are talking over each other. You kind of have to choose the lesser of two evils and kind of figure out, some people can use the kind of guild announcements to do PAs, and that will solve one problem of not being able to know when that's going to happen. And yeah, at the end of the day, some people's PAs may not even go off because it's, desync and server issues and whatnot. So we have to rely on the fact that we intend for the PA, but it may not actually even go out anyways, regardless of whether someone had it on cooldown or not.
And at the end, people should watch chat. Sometimes.
People should try to watch chat. Yeah, exactly.
And I'm bad about that. So that would be like everybody saying, "Sint, you need to pay attention to chat more often," and that's something I would have to work on.
Everyone, me as well. Everyone.
The other thing too about shot calling. Here's the thing with shot calling. Okay, I know everybody wants to wear pants. Some of us have to wear slacks. All right. So here's the deal. There needs to be an offensive shot caller, 1, an antagonist shot caller, 1, and a defensive shot caller, 1. There needs to be a secondary shot caller brought into the picture when the one shot caller is not there. Like every other week, I can't make every Node Wars. Guess what? We need an offensive shot caller. So here's the thing. We need to appoint. I don't know how we're going to do this. I hope we can come up with an idea. We need to come up with an offense, two people, an offense, 1-2, a defense, 1-2, and a antag, 1-2. If there's any, if the other one's not there. So that way we always know. Like, I'm just going to use myself as an example. Maybe you guys don't want me shot calling. That's fine. We're going to figure out how to do this. For offense, everybody knows that, hey, Sint's here. Guess who's calling the shots for offense? Sint. Nobody else. Sint. Period. Offensive notes go to Sint's fucking call. That's it. Same thing with antag, same thing with defense. So after today, we need to designate 2 people per category. And regardless of, go ahead.
I was just saying, no, that makes sense.
So that way we know that when one's not here, the other one is always the one to do it, and vice versa. Even if often, like, let's say I made every Node Wars, well then, guess what? You never have to worry about another motherfucker. But so that's that. But anyways, I don't know how you guys want to do that. Do you guys want to take a vote, a poll? Do you want to put out candidates? Do you want
election?
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to say, do you want to nominate motherfuckers? Put up a nomination? Well, we need people for that. Like to say, okay, I nominate these people, and then we take a whatever. How do you guys want to go about doing that? Because that needs to be set in absolute fucking stone. 2 per category.
Can I make a suggestion about the PA problem?
Hold on.
How many witches and wizards do we have?
Not usually? A lot. Like, not a lot. 2, 3.
Offense?
2.
2 or 3. Okay.
I want to say 3, but we'll just say firmly 2.
Instead of actually counting on PA by calling it out by PA, you can also work it differently by saying, I'm engaging, go, go, go. And that's their call, and then your trust is in them that they use their PA accordingly, not by calling out PA. They should already know when to use it.
Well, and that's just being familiar with your people too. Like, I see what you're saying.
Simple PA, everyone knows it's a PA.
But again, your shot caller should know that too. For example, if I said, got offensive on my ping, bam, we are there. We've got everybody mustered up. I'll say push in 5, 4. In your brain, you know that you've spent whatever time it takes for your PA to come up. You know that if we're making a push, that first person says, all right, PA up, or we're pushing in 5, 4, 3, 2, boom, PA. It's like that syncrasy between everybody needs to be there somehow. I don't know. Calling it out, I like calling it out. Even if we were to post it, reading it, somehow knowing that a PA is available is great, but I also think that at the same time, it's just something that people know to do. You know, like
If you
witches
know,
and wizards know they have a PA, and
if
they
you
know
don't
that
see
if
the effect on you, then you know can't be quite so ballsy with your movements. And then
right, and that
until-
just that tells everybody to be more involved in paying attention to their shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like
pretty
paying
hard
attention.
to miss a wizard or a witch going ha like in 3
It
seconds.
is actually
Well,
pretty
yeah, they
hard
do
to
the
miss
circles
if you
here.
use a sage's memory before you do it, and then there is no cast.
I was gonna say
That's
insta
okay.
cast.
if regardless
Yeah,
of the
exactly
cast
how I
too, but
do
there's
it.
like a bubble around every character. So like even if the witch or wizard is behind you, you're not even
Depends
looking in
on
their
people's-
direction.
Depends on how good people's computers are and if they have those effects
True.
on.
So you know, I really feel like that should be led. I honestly think that should be the shot callers thing. I really do. I really do. I really think that if I know that today I've got Steez and Adria and Drago on offense, then I know I can say when I'm making a push, I can say, you know, Steez PA. And then in my mind, I know that while we're fighting and shit like that, 10 seconds have gone by. I can say Adria PA. Even if it's not even up or something happened or they're dead or whatever the case is, just saying that every 10 seconds that, you know,
It's a reminder.
every 10 seconds, yeah, that just, you know, just so they know, and I'll call out their names. You know what I'm saying? Like the shot callers need to know names. So it's specific. And you know, I think that would be easy. I think that'd be better. I don't know. It's just, this
Hopefully
is me.
prevents people from using them at the same time. You don't want two people
Yes.
using them at the same time.
Yes. And if you're holding it, like say Steez, like I don't know, for some weird example, I was like Adria PA, and you know, it didn't show up. Something happened. She died. She's whatever the fuck happened. He knows that I'm gonna be calling him soon or something. And if he does use it, well then it's there. You know, there doesn't need to be a huge event because someone used a PA. We can't always rely on PAs, guys. I mean, we need to seriously look at the fact that it comes down to how well you can play your character too. PAs are wonderful. They're a fucking absolute must to have. You know what I'm saying? When you're making pushes, when you're dead and everybody res on the same timer and everybody's like, all right, guys, you got 10 seconds, first PA, boom. You know, I mean, it's nice and it's effective, but it's not the entire fight. I think we're taking the PA thing way too fucking far.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I wanted to say.
Cycle your
guys.
fucking super armors. Learn to get away. You know, whatever. I don't know.
And it's really simple. If it's just two people, me and Adria, or maybe Steez as well, we know how to do it. We can coordinate between us. We know Adria go first, Steez goes second, and we most of the time at the same party. So if someone dies, we know how to handle. So just watch. Yeah, I say Gilja. It's not a big
Or
like.
just, I mean, hearing, because everybody can hear. Everybody should be able to hear.
What?
Fuck, there was something else about notice that I wanted to make sure we were on the same
also,
page.
Another thing about the officer. Sorry, small thing. I think we should have two for each node worm. I mean, if you die, we need Miwi as a second officer. I don't know, or whatever. And if you're not there, we need someone to back up Miwi when he dies. Same for the defense, because most of us we divided to 4 parties, so it makes sense that at least for now, each leader like of the party, as you are the leader for the offense and whatever. So we have it too.
You're talking about rezzing when you're dead. When you're dead.
Not the only one who like is more.
That's as well. And
Okay,
when you're off, like we need another one in the field when if we're alive.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing with that, and this is I feel like this is kind of more again. That's something that can be blown way the fuck out of proportion. Okay, on reses. All right, let's say offensive made a push, defense is doing their thing or whatever. Okay, offensive makes a push. We've got 10 guys out there. We are all fighting. We fighting. 8 motherfuckers die. You got 2 people that are still on offense trying to make pushes, or they don't make it back. Who calls out the res timer?
Wait. It's not about the rest. It's more simple. You die. We are all muted. We have no eyes on the offensive, and like you just died, or maybe just 2 people, and we still have 8 people on the field waiting for something.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay.
That's on the shot caller though. Like you
exactly.
can spectate when you're dead.
Shot caller, like seeing if he's dying, we need.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but he can still, just because he's dead doesn't mean he can't shot call anymore.
Right. So here's the thing. If we have to do it like this, let's just say hypothetically, 10 of us go in on offense. We go in, right? Offense. This has nothing to do with anybody else. This is offense. Offensive goes in. 5 people die. 5 people are still alive. If you have to wait to res, wait till the last person is dead. Even if your timer's up and you can get back into the fray, wait. Because when we can move as a unit together at the same time, we're that much more effective rather than going in one at a time.
Good point.
So
but what happened if just 2 dies and the respawn is really fast? So you have 8 minutes cooldown and you can fucking observe mode because you can res.
That is a call. That's a judgment call on your shot caller. If I notice that we go in as a push and this again, this is from my example because I have to use myself, whatever. If I notice the 10 of us go in and 2 of you die, I'm not going to pull everybody back because 2 people died.
Yeah, I'm talking when you okay.
So obviously you 2 need to make yourself back. Here's the problem with that. If you 2 make yourself back and we die, then you need to hide until everybody's back. I mean, that's you paying attention to what's going on as well.
I think what he means is like if you're calling offensive push with like 16 guys and every shot caller just dies and you have 14 people holding their dicks, it's kind of a problem. That's what he's getting at.
Thank you, Fob.
I do get that, but at the same time, again, I think it's more pressure for the shot caller. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to have to be a play-by-play thing. We can't really set anything in stone on that. We can, but I honestly don't think it's going to be effective. And another thing that's going to cause problems is like, because we have Antag, between me and May, there needs to be a separation on what calls are being made between, let's say, example, me and May. I need to make an offensive call. May shouldn't make an offensive call on top of that, and vice versa. He is Antag. He is responsible for Antag. I am responsible for offensive. I'm saying when we're here. Other people, whoever they may be appointed, will know that too. And I think confusion comes between me and May. May will be like, oh, I think we need to do this. And there's times I'm like, no, we need to do this. And then we end up doing something, and either it fucks up or works, whatever the case is. But there's still that time of confusion.
It's the shot caller. I'm sorry to cut you, but this is like the witches with the PA. This is need to work from inside. Like, you guys need to work it on between you guys.
Well, Pink, to counter that, we have a role we can give out called freedom party or whatever the fuck Mayman called it. Like, if every offensive shot caller is dead and has a 60-second res timer, Sync can literally just unmute someone and say you need to handle this push.
Yeah, but before you can actually talk, you have to leave the channel and come back. And
so my point is like,
that's a lot faster than 60.
Alt tabbing out.
You're literally slicing hairs over half a second of time.
Yeah, but Farb, the thing is, like, if he has 60 seconds, Sim can overwatch and still give us good, like, active call shots. My point is, like, when he dies, let's say first, and we have 8 seconds, so we cannot even have eyes on the field, and the rest of us just waiting there and making logic sense, let's say, like trying to stick together, maybe move out a little bit, whatever. Maybe I did answer the question myself, I think.
I feel like
smarter.
I feel like both sides of this argument have some really, really solid points, and I can kind of see both of them, so I understand.
But I think maybe let's like say everyone is a dom, so we need a leader. So at that point, what are we gonna do? Because I think logically, as he said, when we call down the 5 seconds, we know someone gonna PA. If it's Adria or Purple or me, whatever, it makes sense. But then it makes sense that everyone shut up, and I don't shut up.
So here's the thing. Okay, between Antag is ultimately offense. They're continuous offense, and that's what they should be. And they're also the fall twos when we've looked at them as fall twos, kind of like a hybrid almost. We look at Antag like a hybrid. They're the go-to quickly and then fall back quickly, so that way we can keep defense going and we can keep offense pushing. Well, here's the thing. There's a bit of confusion there, and I've seen it too. I've had it, with issues going on between offensive and Antag making calls that people get flustered on. So we need to figure out what we want to do. Now we know what the separation is between offensive and defensive. what is going to be the separation between offensive and anti? Is Antag going to be in another channel on their own? Just hear me out. Are they going to be on their own thing? They're going to be doing their own thing as well, and they're always going to be Antag. Like, I mean, as far as, you know, not letting people rebuild, keeping eyes focused on what's going on, you know, going back when needed, or are they just going to be offense? You know, like,
I have an idea actually.
What do we need to do about that?
You gave me a good idea. Maybe defense, if we have a lot of people, maybe need to have 2 call shutters, and when someone die, you just say, okay, take the hand from here. But when we are offense and we are attacking, and let's say you died somehow, Antag should be with us as well. So maybe you shouldn't just give the Antag, like say Miwi, to keep on from there. So it's just solving the problem.
I think Antag should stay with offense.
I mean, when offense make the push, Antag is there. I mean, I don't give a shit when they are on their own. Like Miwi,
but we are
Antag go there.
Pink, we are separate still. We are still separate. Antag knows that. Okay, Antag is made up of ninjas, kunos, and people who can go in, you know, and then get out, go in, get out, go in, go out, you know, get out, go in, go out, and make people chase them and shit like that. Offensive is literally doing one thing. We are fucking on you. We're not running around. We're not trying to frantically do some weird shit. We're not trying to fuck you up and, you know, and run away, come back, run away.
But at the end,
no,
when
offensive
we do the
pushes.
push offense.
Antags. They're antagonists. They do that's what it is. So my concern is separating Antag and offense, or keeping them together but making one call, because there's a problem there. I will call something. May will call something. Black Soul gets confused. I'm being serious. That's a real thing.
Let's just put it on the field. Antag during this shit, we group up. Now we offense on their base. Antag supposedly should be there, like playing with them. You say we all push. It makes sense that Antag should do that thing while we are pushing. So if you die, the Antag officer can keep giving shots until you come back. I mean, that was my point. When, if Miwi says, okay, guys, go to there, Antag goes back to being Antag, and you become, again, officer. I mean, call shutter.
So it's basically being tentative, or being assertive on knowing, like, say me and May are both, you know, we're there, we're doing our thing, or whoever else is on, do whatever. May knows that if I make an offensive call, he's doing that offensive call.
Exactly.
And then vice versa. You know,
unless Antag isn't fighting with offense for some reason.
Exactly. And like, say for instance, he has to go back.
Typically what happens is I have Antag follow offensive calls unless I call Antag otherwise. So
okay. So Antag, me and you need to really know that if I say go to this fort, we are doing this fort, and that is a firm thing in stone. Not trying to change each other's minds, because there's been many times you make me change my mind, and vice versa.
To be completely honest, I think Antag is a useless role because we don't have enough people to muster 2 offensive groups.
Nah, Antag is a really good role.
Yeah, I disagree.
Because Antag, the thing with Antag, basically, we used to call them memers, is because usually they're ninjas, kunos, tamers, and whatever. Just try to put them in a death ball against another death ball. They're not going to do as much as just memeing around a base or something like that. Or
try and draw people out.
It's tilting.
Wait.
I understand that, but we don't have like a mustered offensive group to be able to like have that like backup for it.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Wait.
And I'm going to get to that.
Our offense is not big enough to put constant pressure on the base.
Well, we need
in comparison to the recent no wars, no, but that's because we're facing 60 to 50 to fucking.
But that's my point.
For people, yeah.
That's my point. Like this conversation is completely pointless because bottom line, we don't have the people to fight.
Yes, that's I'm getting to that. Galaxy, you brought up a good point, and trust me, I'm getting to that. I'm getting to what you brought up.
Also, another thing though, like we don't need 12 people on defense. Like we could probably muster a third offensive group, which is leftovers from defense, and have them do something more useful than kind of like.
What we need is our defense guys to get geared up so that they can hold their own without having to call everyone back.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got a few in like the 480 range, but like, dude, when they come rolling in with like their 5 fucking 20 gear score, like we start stomp pretty hard.
Okay, one more. Let me bring up one thing. Okay, does anybody? Okay, are we still kosher on stuff that's going on right now? Is anybody? I mean, I know that we have disagreements and stuff like that, but I mean, as far as everything goes right now, are we still on the same page? Is everybody falling off the fucking block?
I still disagree about splitting the voice channels, but if you
Right.
say we should try it, then
Just to
I
try
mean,
it.
just go
Just
for
to
it.
try it. None of us are gonna, none of us are gonna need antibiotics afterwards, so we're good.
Some of us we're going back and forth, back and forth. We're not
Wait.
doing any
What
more
about
of
the
this.
hard drugs?
Right. I don't know. Pfizer
Everything
needs
is copacetic.
Okay, so that the one thing I want to say before bringing up what Galaxy had brought up is that here's the thing that needs to be really understanding, or what we really need to understand is that when we're getting our asses handed to us, okay. All right, imagine looking down on a fort, like sky view, all right, looking straight down, all right, like your mini map or whatever, okay. You know that this is just an example, on the southeast side, the opposing guild is mustering to make a push. Okay, we are waiting for the shot caller to say on my res 5, 4, whatever the fuck. This is something that we all need to keep in mind and do. Period. No questions asked. On that shot call, we know southeast. That's where they're going, right? Southeast, right? When we res 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, res. Everybody reses, and it's like an explosion. Everybody just goes, I can't touch nobody. And then they all muster on the opposite direction of where they're pushing. So then we can get the PAs, the things, and such and so forth. Okay? I need everybody to be on that page, right? You know that when we're dead and we're getting ready to, like, they're making a push, that we know that when we say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, res, everybody just says, stays fucking 10 people away from each other. Just boom, all right? And then everybody flocks to the opposite direction. So this is another reason why everybody needs to be aware of what the fuck's going on, okay? If you're looking at your mini-map and you see a horde of motherfuckers on the southeast side, you know that you're going to explode and go straight to the northwest side, because that's where you're going to get your PAs, that's where you're going to muster, that's where you're going to make a push, and that's where you're going to come in. If they're on the northwest side, you know you're going southeast. If they're on the fucking northeast side, you know you're going southwest. It's everybody paying attention to their surroundings, period. That's everybody's job. Last time we had this issue, we were rezzing and wiping. Rezzing, wiping, rezzing, wiping. Because we couldn't get away from each other and muster somewhere. So instead of a shot caller saying, on the north side of the fort, everybody knows that if they're all mustered up on the southeast side, you go to the northwest. Period. No questions asked. Nobody needs a shot caller. That's what you do. If they're on the south side, go to the north. If you're on the southwest, go to the northeast. If they're on the west, go to the east. It's simple. I want everybody on that same page. No questions asked. I'm putting that in stone. I don't think anybody's going to disagree with that. That's just simple tactics. Galaxy's comment. We're having an average of 20, give or take, 20, 25, and hardcore days like Sundays, 30 people show up. I want to bring this up and have everybody's idea on this one. If we don't have an X amount of people for Node Wars, we don't do Node Wars. That's to say...
How would we monitor that, though?
That is hard. Because then it's like asking people to sign up, which we know fucking damn well that's not going to work. People don't do it. People change their mind. People got shit to do. Whatever. I would say, here's the deal. Unless Steez, I'll throw you under the bus on this one. Unless you know that you get home like 5 minutes before Node War starts, you should be there 30 minutes before fucking Node War starts, period. If you haven't been an effective person on starting your food buffs and all this other kind of stuff, you are nothing but holding us down on your performance in Node Wars. Literally. I get it. If you got jobs, if you're on a different time zone and stuff like that, that's understandable. But we know that's not everybody's case. Like my brother would come in 5 minutes till. That fucking pissed me off and pissed everybody off. You shouldn't do that. Plus, you're in a leading position. You know, lead by example. All right. I need to figure out if 30 minutes before a node war, if we and most people who can't be there will say something. Steve's be in here in his fucking Prius saying, "Hey guys, I'll be there in 20 minutes," or whatever you drive. I always think it's a Prius. Echo, Soul. There you go. So
fucking Mexican.
Somebody's gonna say something. They're gonna hit you up if they're serious about it. But for everyone else, 30 minutes before Node Wars, if we have 15 people, personally, I don't want to do a Node Wars. If you still want to go and fight and fuck around, like me and May and some other handful of motherfuckers, we'll still like to have fun, you know, because we're geared and we like to kill people. We'll still do it, but it will take away from the posting of attendance or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And this is not going to be fair to everybody, because there's some people who can make every Node Wars as opposed to some people who can only make one per week, which we ask. That going to say, I want to talk about that, see what we can come up with, and I also want to come up with how many times we do Node Wars a week. 3 seems like, to me, it's not too much, but at the same time, we're not getting the right numbers. Do we need to buck down to 2 Sundays and Wednesdays? The times, the things are going to change.
Do the opposite to fix our problem, I think, because the reason I think everyone in the guild makes Node Wars because we've purged everyone that doesn't. So the problem is that people can only make certain days. So if we take away one of the days, we're that much less likely for people to come to Node War. Because
do we need to revote? Do we need to revote days?
I think we should wait until. I think that we should wait until Node Wars gets revamped or whatever the hell they're doing to it.
Do we know when that's going
to be?
I think
we should make a poll just to see if everybody who stayed can do the same days.
Okay. So
maybe the majority who could make the Friday can are kicked out, you know.
We have new people.
Right. Yes. And that'll always be a thing. So here's the deal. Does anybody disagree with me putting up a poll for Node Wars after this patch and us taking a vote? It's going to last 48 hours. We'll give it.
After that, the vote won't matter because they're only doing Node Wars on certain days.
Is that going into effect tomorrow?
Yeah, I thought they said that was Thursday.
Oh,
supposedly.
Okay, so we'll play it by ear. If the patch comes out and it's only like Sundays is Siege and Mondays is ones and or whatever the fuck, if that's the thing, then we're gonna have to figure out what to do. We'll still take a vote because it's like you still need to figure out what days you can do shit. You know, because Saturdays is gonna be an open day now if they do that, right? Yeah.
I don't remember what.
We need to make a poll just to see whatever.
Okay, yeah. Does anybody disagree with opening up a poll to revote on another day or days, 3 days out of the week, Monday through Saturday?
I think the effort would be wasted.
Why? If
after
Sunday.
The problem is no one remembers what days they're doing. And if there's only, I think someone said something like they're only allowing Node Wars on 3 days a week. Fuck, we would just have to node every day of that week or pick one. And if anyone can't make that one day, fuck, sorry, bye.
So I think
well, we won't know until that.
We won't know until it happens.
Yeah, I think the idea is to make a vote to see when can people be together.
So until then, I think until then, if it happens tomorrow, then hey guys, guess what? We all need to fucking read the patch notes, and then we need to come up with an idea what we're gonna do, and go from there. But at the same time, if it doesn't happen tomorrow, we still need to do Node Wars. So
we're ahead of the game.
So let's just we'll put it up there, cast a vote, give it 20 or 24, 48 hours. I'd say 48 hours. See what it is. And then post it out there. Hey guys, this is what's going on right now. Subject to change according to Black Desert making, Node War patch changes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's on the same page. Does anybody disagree with that? Even if we have disagreements, does anybody ultimately, don't want to do it, I guess, right now? I don't know how to say that. Are you going to quit the guild if we do it?
I'm okay with the poll, but I'm curious, on which days do you guys win Node Wars usually? Monday, Wednesday?
No. See, here's the thing. Mondays has been it's slowly getting worse. Like Fridays used to be, but our strongest days are fucking Sundays for sure and Wednesday.
So we've had really bad luck on our placements. Our past 5 node wars.
Mm-hmm.
Many of them had server issues too, where people were just mass disconnecting.
But we've had one good node war, one good one, one we could have won, but they cheated.
Yeah.
That was our only against Throne. That was our only really good goal.
We had 2 that we could have won. The first was Throne when they used that exploit. The second was that one day that we had like nobody show up, and then I made a bad call, and we didn't take out who were they? It was Ghosties.
Oh yeah, Ghosties. Yeah.
They didn't.
I don't think we would have won that no matter what.
No, we would have.
At first, I made a good call, and then I went back on that good call and made a bad call, and that kind of lost us the war.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's another thing too. Is guys, make sure that here's the thing. I'm not perfect. May's not perfect. Anybody that wants to be a shot caller, motherfuckers, you ain't perfect. Okay, shit's gonna happen.
It's not
in hindsight.
Perfect.
Oh,
it was just
no,
bad, placements. Because we placed, and there's like siege guilds on there. We're not gonna win those.
I see what you're saying. You're saying that was a fortune fight. Here's the thing, though. Bad shots are always going to be fucking called. The worst time to call somebody. Here's the thing. You don't go into surgery with a surgeon and he's performing his shit, and all of a sudden everybody's like, no, wait, stop, do it this way. Fuck no, man. You let that motherfucker do what the fuck he's doing, and if something happens, you deal with it afterwards. That's why I'm trying to get to you guys to say that when we have a node wars, we get together afterwards. You know what? I know we all want to do Red Battlefield. But you know what? If we're taking our node wars as serious as we say we're taking our node wars, maybe Red Battlefield needs to be off limits. Maybe we need to say, okay, guys, now let's regress. Let's look back. Let's do a 30-minute overlook on everything. What did we do? What did we learn? What can we do better?
I agree 100%. After each node war, we take 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and talk about what just took place.
What went well, what didn't go well, an action plan for next node.
We also need to actually get people into the battle arena with each other and do party practice days. Yeah, so there's a lot of times that I get that everyone here is doing their best to get a grasp on their class, but not to point anyone out, but a lot of you motherfuckers don't know how to fight in a group. You're so used to 1v1s because that's all you've ever done. And then when we get to fucking Node War time, it really, really shows. And Node War and 1v1 is a very different style of fighting. And a lot of people don't really have a whole lot of practice in that because they're still doing their daily grinds. That's all they have. That's all they're trying to do is get their daily grinds, get their gear up. Those of us that have the gear and the level already have spent more time practicing that because we have the time. But I think we should, I don't want to say mandatory, but really, really encourage people to start PvPing with groups.
Here's the thing. Prime good example, and I agree with you. One of the things with our PvP is open world PvP, GVGs. Okay, they are so sporadic with times. A lot of times they happen in the middle of fucking 3 a.m. and there ain't nobody online and shit like that. But I can go to other guilds and say, hey, listen, man. I've got 20 guys online. How many guys you got online? You want to take 10 or 15 of those guys? You want to go, deck each other and go to a certain thing and then say, okay, guys, work on pushes. I've never done this, but I can almost guarantee you I can grab somebody to do it. Guaranteed. Do this on random times, like random, if we have a lot of people on and everybody's been like, man, I'm bored, man, I don't know what to do. Be like, all right, see, how many we got? 10, 15? Let's do it.
What we could do is instead of doing 3 node wars a week, we could rent an Arsha server one of our node war days, make it mandatory, and then we have tactical practice, not just fun group fighting. I'm talking separate calls, making actual shots, practicing actual formations in Arena of Arsha, which we would rent and make mandatory once a week. And
that's the problem, though.
And node war twice a week.
Right. As much as that sounds nice to hear, by hearing, making it mandatory would fuck a lot of people. Again, the reason why we have 3
for
Node
the
Wars
start-
is because not everybody can make the same Node War day. You know what I mean? So we're in a dilemma there.
I think for start, we should make a poll just to see where we all stand. I mean, if everyone can make to 4 days or 3 days or 2 days, which one, how much, and then from there we can go with great ideas like me. We said, I don't know if mandatory is as well, but I think we just need to, first of all, see like when each of us can play and what days. I can vote every fucking day. I don't care. I mean, I can play 7 days. You understand, guys? And other one can play only on Sundays. So if everyone can play on Sundays and that's the majority, will be a mandatory Node War, whatever.
No, I mean we're gonna get to that with the voting or whatever for our days. But what May is saying here for like the tactical practicing and stuff like that, I agree that people do need to, and even myself, you know, at times.
We can do it after RBF, beside RBF.
I disagree. Like,
But
I
we're
know it's a
supposed to do-
necessity, but like I believe right now, due to the current patch, that gear matters more about skill. It really does not matter how skilled you are no more anymore. It really is about gear. Once you have the gear, then practice.
At the moment, because of how broken the classes are, but if they fix it the way they're saying they're going to fix it, gear will be obsolete because everyone will have the same gear. That's their goal, is that everyone will have maximum gear and it will be level and skill dependent.
So why don't we
Yeah.
put this kind of idea of the PvP practice on the table for next month? Because we'll know by then.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think we should
that
put
makes
all
sense.
of this on the table till next month, because this fucking month is going to be like fucking menstrual cycle.
Well, it's 425. You've got, you know, you only got about another week or so, you know, left of this month anyway.
No,
So
well,
And another 15 minutes until servers come up.
in their
No.
fucking thing, they're
Supposedly.
projecting another 2.5, 3
I
weeks.
think we can do practice if after Node Wars, if we like got fast killed, I mean, half an hour and people still want to do RBF, we can decide not go RBF and go train.
The thing about that though, Pink, is you got to reserve Arsha.
Gotta
You
plan
can't
it.
you can't just jump into it.
We can
Also,
go battle arena.
like, regardless of
It
the
also costs
PvP
skill
practice, regardless of the PvP practice or not, what Sin said about the poll still applies though. Like basically any patch on when we know when people are online for Node Wars.
yeah, we need to get our gist on how many people will show up, you know, and kind of go and then utilize that as a, you know, as a basis
I mean,
for what we can choose.
I heard they're only doing 3 Node Wars a week. Like,
No,
that'll actually happen. No, that's
No, it's
what I
Monday
heard.
through
They're doing
Sunday or Monday through Saturday.
I posted the link a little bit at the top. Like you're gonna have regulars tier 1 set every single day. But that's if that
Yeah.
patch goes through. We might get something different. We don't know. We have to wait until that happens. That's why
For
if we go
now,
to poll
we
and when
just
people
keep
are
on
online, it
yeah.
benefits us.
And we need to pull beside that to know where we stand. That's it.
Yeah, so I like Sin's poll, like the poll stuff that just needs to happen.
Node Wars, fucking A.
I got this bit back.
I know I gotta take a shit. Let's see. So we all know that there's going to be a lot of trial and error going on here, you know, for a little while, just to kind of get things ironed out and whatever. And everybody's, you know, input, everybody's going to be needs to be a part of every bit of everything that we do. It's very important for our success, or we're just going to whittle away. And I'm sorry, I don't want to whittle away, and I don't want to fucking join somebody else. I mean, we have a damn good thing going. We've got a good group of people, and we can make an impact as long as we all put our fucking best efforts in, rather than just, you know, top 10 or, you know, whatever the fuck. So Node Wars, that's kind of what's going on with Node Wars. Then we'll see how that goes. I'll get the poll up or whatever. You go from there. Let's see. The last thing. Well, no, one of the last things, because I want to do something else, but drama. I really want to hit on that. I don't want to spend fucking all night talking about it because it's annoying. But here's the thing, okay? Drama. there are going to be some of you guys who don't like working next to the person next to you. That's part of life. Okay. Some people have good ideas, which you don't see as a good idea. Some people are an elitist next to other elitists. Some of you two are both fucking south magnets or north magnets. You know, that shit is part of life. We can't shit on everybody just because they have a different opinion or whatever the case is. You've got people who are too, some people have been called out because they're 15 years old. Some people have been called out because they talk too much. Some people have been called out because they're annoying to them, or this, that, and the other. Some people have quit the guild. Some people have quit the game. The thing is, in the end, is we have to be selective on who we bring in. Okay. Example, I interviewed a kid that was 17 years old. His name was Dart Pet Keeper. And within a week, this is why I say we have the week probation. Okay. Within a week, this kid annoyed the fuck out of me. The shit that he was saying, the shit that came out of his mouth. Do we all do stupid shit? Dude, me and fucking, what's his nuts? D-Lo. Like, when he jumped into the channel, we're like, ugh. Is that funny to everybody? No. But are we, yeah.
It's not a constant thing that lasts for like an hour.
Exactly. And then it's just different. I mean, we're different. Okay. He was not going to work out. I got more complaints about shit than positive and positive messages. So when I brought it out, Adria was like, "Don't do it." Now Adria's a nice person. She cares a lot too.
She said no to kicking him.
Well, she said give it time, give it a chance, because she doesn't want to throw anybody under the bus. This is because I don't know, whatever. But I was done with it, and a lot of people were done with it. And then the funny thing is, she kicked him out of voice, and then I ended up kicking him out of or no, who kicked him out of guild? Someone kicked him out of guild, and it was funny, but whatever.
Would have been me if I could have gotten on that.
That's kid, just it.
That kid at one time in his life, he's definitely going to shoot up the school.
Yes. Okay. Now here's the thing, though. With this new implementation of a 7-day probationary period, we are going to be able to constructively put together, is this motherfucker going to work out or not? Okay. And there's not going to be any hard feelings. Seriously. If they don't belong here, and within 7 days, get them the fuck out. Kick them out of ban them out of Discord, and kick them out of the guild. Done. You don't have to worry about building a relationship within 10 days or 15 days or a month later. You're like, man, I feel bad for him. No. Some of the more one of the recent events was this. Okay, and I'm gonna bring this up, and I'm not trying to stir the pot, but the thing is, it needs to be talked about. Gaster left the guild because he said he was sick and tired of kids like 15-year-olds and drama and all this other kind of bullshit. But he also threw around about 4 or 5 different stories to 4 or 5 different people. Gaster at first was upset that he couldn't make a Node Wars because we changed the time on Friday. So here's the thing. Things happen, blah, blah, blah. There's other things that you guys don't know behind closed doors, whatever. I'm not throwing that out on the table just because it's more personal for him, and I respect that for him. But Gaster has been known to be full of shit at times. We've caught him on lies, and we've dealt with it because, honestly, in a nutshell, we like Gaster. He was abrasive. He was our drunk, shit like that, and we had a lot of fun. Whatever, most of the time. But there was a lot of other shit that just kept adding up. He deliberately said fuck it and left the guild. Guys, to me, that's like a person who commits suicide. All right? If you just literally go, I'm done. Well, you're done. I've had Gosen come to me. I don't know what's been going on in the morning between Gosen and his wife and Gaster and some other people, but there was a lot of people who saying this is not fair. We're throwing people under the bus, or all this other kind of shit. It kind of reminds me of how I put things out there when Badon left the guild. Some of you guys do not know anything about this, so don't worry about it. Pick your nose, fucking rub one out. So this reminds me of back in the day when I put people on blast in our fucking Wetwork channel guest to let other people know that when you leave this guild as an asshole, you are fucking shown as an asshole to us, regardless if you like the person or not. Personally, it is my respect to another guild to say, listen, this person was here for X amount of time. This person caused this amount of fucking bullshit. If you take this person in your guild, that is your responsibility, and it does not reflect us and where they came from. If you guys find that to be more sensitive than anything, that's fucked up on your part. I'm sorry, but I'm nice to the people we try to fucking, work with. If I hired a person and they turned out to be a thief, a fucking asshole, a piece of shit, they didn't show up on time, they were a fucked up worker, and then all of a sudden they quit, and they're like, hey, I know that you and this company are good friends. I'm going to go work for them. And I said, yo, brother man, this motherfucker was this. Now, if you hire him, that's on you. Do any of you not see that that's a fucking nice thing to do? Gaster left on his own accord. There's some things that he just didn't fucking listen to, and there's things that he was wrong and right about, and there are things that we were wrong and right about. The thing with NRGD, with what happened the other day, I'm just going to put this out here. Some of you guys don't know. Some of you guys don't care. That's fine. I'm going to put it out there, though. Everyone here knows what channel we stay on. Everyone knows where people hang the fuck out. Gaster made an effort to go out to where Enraged was farming and cause problems. Enraged killed him multiple times. And there was multiple people from that Bassicore guild out there. Or not Bass, or whoever the fuck. I don't give a fuck. He was surrounded with other people. You also know the Z and Verk he's been swinging from them. Okay? That shit was intentional. Ghostin doesn't see it that way. I wish he was here for this, but he's not, and I'm going to have to talk to him about it later. But seriously, that was an intentional fucked up move. Okay? And that was not on Enraged. That was on Gaster. Again, it goes back to the original thing that we talked about at the very beginning of the whole conversation that we've had tonight. You were either for our guild or you were against our guild. If you're not in this guild, then you were either part of an alliance guild or you are not part of our shit at all. I'm not here to tell you who you can and cannot hang out with. That's fucking weird. But here's the thing. I don't want your shit or drama and vice versa.
Keep that shit in your personal life. We're here to fight people.
Just exactly. Here's the thing, guys. I don't know. Okay, I've brought it up. Should we make a recommendation to the guild recruitment as far as should we bring in only 21 years plus of age and such and so forth? Some of you guys are obviously for it. Ghostin threw it in my face. He says, at one point in time, we were all about the adults and this, that, and the other. But I can honestly tell you that I have met people that are 15, 16, 17 years old that are way better off and mature than a fucking 40-year-old bitch. And when I say bitch, I don't mean woman. I mean just they bitch, they gripe, they complain, they whine about everything.
I don't like the way this is running right now.
But I'm just saying, some of the people who have made complaints cry more than the actual person they're complaining about. And that shit is high school and catty shit. We don't need that. You guys don't need it. We don't need this. So, again, drama, it's going to sprout. It's fucking life. We're all different people. It's going to pop up. It's going to happen. Some people you don't like. You guys clash. I've seen two elitist fucks clash all the time. I'm sorry. You're both are bullheaded motherfuckers. Both of you are right. Both of you are wrong. Deal with it.
Now
Agree to disagree. Right. Kiss each other on the fucking pinky toe. I don't know. Fuck.
Hey,
but remember, it's not about you two. It's about the guild. The drama's going to happen. I understand that, guys. We just got to work together and get this shit over with.
Yeah, that's it. We work as a whole. We're one unit. We're one group. And if things happen, tug each other off with a little Dutch rudder and move on.
guys are usually more. Now, I'm sorry, ladies, I have to throw you under this bus a little bit because I have to. Doesn't mean I'm right or wrong. It just means that I'm throwing you. Men generally will fuck with each other, will antagonize each other, will treat each other like shit. But at the end of the day, we're like, yeah, motherfucker, eat a dick, and you're like, what kind of beer you drink? You know what I'm saying? Guys do that shit. We're chesty. We'll poke at each other. We'll fuck with each other. But then we're like, buy my beer, motherfucker, or whatever. Ladies are a little different. The more we get, the more shit gets just a little weird. We are so lucky right now to have Ella, Black Soul, Adria, and Viridians. Is it Viridian? Viridians?
Yeah.
Those 4 ladies are awesome. They're awesome. They're like tomboys, kind of, You know what I mean? So like that's the shit, and that's the only thing we can hope for as far as that.
They're like tomboys.
Well, you know what I mean. I didn't mean like looks and shit. I'm just saying like they'll be quick to tell you, hey, suck my dick.
Congratulations, you guys are honorary men.
But here, right? But here's the
How
thing.
big do I get my penis?
Whatever size you want. Here's the thing.
Whatever size they
Here's the thing. We're starting. But here's the thing. We're starting to see more men act like bitches, and I'm annoyed with that. Okay, I've complained. I have done my fair share of bitching about stuff. I think that I'm being constructive, but I know it's not. You guys shut me up at times. You're like, say, shut up, quit being a baby, motherfucker. It's like, you're right. You know what I mean? Like, for example, this patch came out. All you salty fucks, and I say that because I'm a salty fuck too. We all cried like babies when this goddamn patch hit us. We lost moves and abilities and combos and fucking our pixel esteem and all this shit. It fucking sucked. But guess what? Get the fuck over it. Some of us have carried it on a little too further, or too much, like more than others. And it's caused a little bit of drama. And I think we need to like take a step back and say, you know what? We're past this. Guys, the patch sucked. It fucking sucked. What do we got to do? Relearn your fucking class. Oh well. You love the game. You love the people. So fucking relearn the game. If you don't like the game, if you don't like the class you're playing because of this patch, fucking re-roll. Play something else. Figure something out.
Oh my god. They didn't post the fucking update.
Anyway, so drama. Again, I want input. Anybody that's got any ideas or something to shine light on something or whatever. Drama's going to happen. It's going to pop up. But again, like we've always promoted, we snip it in the ass. And it is in front of everyone. Unless it's super personal behind closed doors, that shit is ironed out on the table in front of everyone.
So when Z and Burke left the guild, those of you that don't know, Gaster was still talking with them and playing with them in game. So I feel like he didn't tell us about it, and we found out one day when he was in the arena with them practicing and talking with them and whatnot. So I feel like it's pertinent that I say that Gaster is in my personal Discord, and we have been in calls the past couple of days while BDO has been shitty playing Battlefield 4. I don't intend on playing BDO with him, and I do think it's pretty shitty that he would use his new guild's resources to come after us. I am also not going to attack him for it because A, it's none of my business.
Right.
B, I really, no offense, Enraged, but I really don't give two shits. And we're not playing BDO. So if anyone's got something to say about it, we can talk about that now. I just would rather talk about it now than have it.
Things fester and bottleneck. Absolutely.
Fucking people.
Hey, they extended maintenance time.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Till 5 a.m.
Data migration has been completed. Servers have been brought online and internally tested. QA process. Blah blah blah. But they're accelerating the resolution of this issue, and we will be deploying Thursday's patch now.
Oh, so they're just gonna
Anyway.
keep it shut down for the patch. I got
Discussing compensation.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
What?
they're,
Hold
discuss-
it.
they're
All right,
discussing
wait.
compensation, boys.
Don't get derailed. Try not to get derailed. So okay.
Me
Accelerate
personally,
the payments.
May, I can care less if you talk to Gaster because you have been buddies with him like before you even
Oh,
came
yeah.
into this guild. That's your own thing. Like what Gaster did was like tried to hide it and be like, I'm not talking to them. And every time we would bring up anything about the people about those two, he'd get all quiet and then or get defensive about it. Like I get that. I don't care if anybody wants to, like, if somebody wants to go be friends with someone in Aftershock, fuck it, go. If someone wants to go be friends with somebody in Infernal,
Fortune.
go.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Like, but
if you're yeah, I know what you're gonna say. If you're the linking tie between the drama between both guilds, then you're an asshole.
Yeah.
You're the problem. I don't see May doing that, but
Wait,
an
you talk to
example.
people outside of this guild? Who the fuck do you think you are?
No, my personal beef with Gaster is way left. I expected, honestly, I like Gaster because I expect more. I expected more out of that than from Gaster, and so did Adria. That pissed Adria off.
He's always been he's been borderline for me. Like some days he'll be like all right, and like everybody will be nice and catty with everybody.
Well, I mean,
nice
did you
fucking...
expect more as in you expected him to stay around, or you expected him not to go to?
Gaster said he was a diehard. He was one of the people that always said, "I'm here till the end." And then at the very end, he allows his.
When he leaves.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like I honestly. Well, but anyway, so like, I mean, it is what it is. It's already done. It's already fucking happened, or whatever the case is. But at the same time, I think in order to fix this, I honestly think in order to fix things like this, or whatever, that 7-day probationary period and everybody's input on them afterwards is going to help us decipher whether or not we're going to keep someone. You know what I'm saying? Within 7 days, we knew that one kid, for example, we knew that motherfucker was done. That was done. Shit, 3 days, it was like, where's that called it out? Man, kick this motherfucker. First day. But we held on, give them the 7 days, see if some people, okay, Dravac, prime example. I'll throw you under the bus. Dravac is new to the game, new to the shit and everything else.
And you want
He's
thin
a
ice,
smart kid.
bitch.
But here's the thing: there are many times that he's constantly cutting people off, this, that, and the other, and he kind of reminds me of a happy little puppy. He comes in, he's like, oh shit, ha, 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 ha. He's like pissing over here, pissing over there, pissing over there, pissing over here, and he's excited. He's excited. Fuck, he's in a new thing. He's around. Well, I would hope he would think constructive people who know what they're doing and good people. And fuck, he's excited. But after at the same time, depending on the person you are, you start to like mold yourself in your surrounding. You know what I'm saying? Like day 1, day 2, day 3, you're like, oh shit. And then all of a sudden day 4, you're like, oh, okay. Take a breath. And then you start to get to know people. You get to know attitudes. You get to see things. You get to do things. And then all of a sudden, within a week, you're like, and you kind of like iron out yourself with everybody, and everybody irons themselves out with you. Some people don't do that. So again, 7 days, I think, is a very good amount of time to see whether or not a person's going to make it.
Who chooses after the 7 days?
I mean, some people won't make it past 3. If officer chat's blown up with fucking everybody, like, what the fuck? Who interviewed this person? Like, I got dickheads. Like, I got thrown under the bus quick. Adrian was like, Sint. And I was like, what the fuck? He wasn't like this when I talked to him. But again,
it didn't happen until he talked to D'Lo for some reason.
Exactly.
Changed him.
Guys, 7 days. 7 days to us is like whenever you meet a person. You meet a significant other for the first time. You see them, you're like, oh my god, I fucking like you. And then all of a sudden you get to know each other a little bit, and you're like, oh shit. Shit gets real. Then you're all of a sudden in a relationship, and it just gets really good, and then you move in.
The average age here.
And you're like, what the fuck?
We try to keep the average age here about 25. If you're
Try
under
to.
that, please act your age. If you're under that, please act 25 or older. If I feel like if I took you to a mall that I'd need to put a leash on you, act older, please.
And that brings us back to D'Lo. No, I'm joking.
He's not even here anymore, fucker. He went to
Did
bed.
he leave?
Yeah. So again, guys, take the recruitment part. It's going to be very serious for us. Again, we're going to shape and mold everybody coming in, and I think that's going to benefit. We've said we're going to do this, or we've said things about it. We just kind of like let it go. Well, this time we're going to hold strong. If we're averaging 20, 25, 30 people on Node Wars days, if we get those 20, 25, 30 people geared the fuck out and on the same page, guys, we are going to be strong. Yes, we might get dominated by 60, 70, 80, 90 people. Yes, that's okay. It's going to happen. We're not going to win every fucking thing we put ourselves out there for. But we are going to be very tough. Very tough. People are going to see that. They're going to be like, man, dude, that was a tough fight. What the fuck? And then they tell their friends, and they tell their friends. And then when those people are in a guild that's going through a bunch of shit, drama, and all that kind of stuff, they're going to be like, man, I'm out. Go check out that Wetwork guild. That was a tough fight. Okay, so drama, guys. Stop it. Iron shit out. Go behind closed doors if you have to. Talk to each other. If you're an elitist and they're an elitist, take your elitist ass to another channel and fucking yell at each other. And then come back and be like, yeah, we both win or lose or whatever. I don't know. Whatever. Figure it out.
You need to pull up your big boy and or girl pants and buckle
Bring
up
us
that
all
belt.
down. Don't bring us all down because that's just annoying. The last thing before it's literally if anything's got anything else or whatever the case is. The last thing is I need to get at least 2 more officers. 2 more, okay? 2 more officers. And I've been talked to by people and whatnot as far as like people actually sending me messages like, hey man, I've been here for a while and I really want to, I feel like I can help out, blah, 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 whatever the case is. All right. And I've had people come to me, other people, whatever the fuck. Some of our officers that are active right now are not very active. We've got officers that show up to Node Wars only, but don't do anything else. We've got people, that are on during certain different times that we're on. But so we need to really get some more active guys out there and to help us shape and continue to shape and carve the guild. The 2 people that has been brought up the most is Ico and Enraged.
Hey.
Now, if anybody else out there feels like they want to be put in a position, by all means, it's fine. I mean, throw yourself out there or whatever the case is. But just remember that the expectation of you being in the officers is that you've got a brain that you're willing to set some of your indifferences aside to figure out what's going to be best for the guild rather than your own self-being, your own self-worth, you know what I'm saying, your own shit. Because it's not about you, it's about us.
Well put, my good sir. Well put.
Is there anybody that disagrees? And again, keep your differences aside. Is there anybody that disagrees with Ico and Enrage stepping up and helping out the officers with the bullshit that goes on in the guild? Enraged, you want to be an officer?
I think Enraged should be an officer just so he can stop asking us to put up his fucking decks.
No, Enraged, do you want to be an officer or no? Because I remember you said you didn't want to.
Enraged went away for a sec because the baby was yelling.
Oh, he's fucked. All right, Ico. I'll ask him when he gets back. Ico, do you want that role?
Is there?
Okay. I'll ask Enraged when he gets back. Because he did tell me at some point, he did say, I don't want to do that. So if he doesn't, that's fine. And for future reference, if there's anybody else that feels like their gameplay is going to change or that their attitude and personality is, could be effective to help out and do things and construct things in a different way. For everybody else, if you're just a member, again, we don't look at you as you're just number 14. No, fuck no. We realize this. You want to log in, play, and not worry about anything else besides know what's going on and playing. That's cool, and we need that. You're an Indian, and trust me, we fucking need Indians.
I'm an Indian.
Oh, are you back in Rage?
I'm a Yaqui Indian.
If you enraged, are you back? Well, I see the type, but that doesn't mean he's there. He could have a baby crying in his ear. Do you want to be an officer or not? Either or, it's not a big. I mean, it's not a big deal. You just know that there's more responsibility if there is, and if not, then same shit. Your voice is still heard.
I mean, are you
Okay? I guess. Yeah. Rager just read that to me. Okay, that's fine. We'll leave that as Aiko. We'll switch you up so that way, you know, you can jump on board and help us out and everything else as far as like the constructive shit. Other than that, is there anybody else? Lyantha, do you feel like being? Because Violence is punching you in the face with it.
I didn't see that.
I mean, do you feel like? I mean, between politics and all that kind of, is that something you want to involve yourself into?
I don't mind at all. I was an officer in my old guild as well, so I was a GM in one of my previous guilds, so that's an age ago.
I think everybody here likes you. I think everybody's, you know, I think you go to Noda Wars, you do your thing. You've got a good, you've got a I don't want to say a nice voice because that comes off like, yeah. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're loud in a good way, and people listen to you. So if that's something that you feel comfortable with and pick it up on the politics and all that kind of stuff, then does anybody here disagree with that with Lyantha, with Black Soul?
Yeah, I'd say probably nobody. Doesn't sound like it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, fuck, be honest. I mean, shit. That's why they do it at weddings, you know. Anybody here disagree? I don't know if anybody really does it. Does anybody know of any of that? Motherfucker would be like, I disagree. It's fucking cunt. You know, it's crazy. Right on. Well, I will do that when the game pops up, and then.
I fucking hate her because she always seems to kill me in Red Battlefield.
That's because she's better than you.
I think that got me instant votes from other people, though.
I just had to say, no one said she hate her, but I had to say that, but I fucking love her.
I vote Pink.
Pink's already an officer, unfortunately.
Wait, no.
No, he's able to drop decks.
Well, I'm not an officer. I'm not ready for that. I want to be a call shotter.
Jokes?
Why?
Jokes? Man's gonna do some stand-up for us tonight, boys.
He said I wanted. Vio nailed it. He said he wants to be a call shotter. And that's exactly why.
It's really simple. I don't need to speak too much.
You're too high for fucking shot calling.
Shot calling is.
Hey, you said.
What is your skill war on your boss gear?
No.
On your gear boss.
We said it wrong.
I know. I said it right instead of trying to.
I'm gonna stop recording here. Wait. I'll stop recording. It's gonna be a lot of fucking space. I gotta edit this bitch. Is there anything else? Is there anything else anybody here feels they need to address in front of everybody? Is there anything that's important we missed? Anything at all? I mean, important shit, not catty shit. Anything? Because if not, we're gonna just go ahead and close it. Everything stands as is. Guys, you know what's up. The recruiting, node war, policies behind each other's.
Instead of getting more officers, can we replace officers that do not deserve the role or are inactive, rather than just inflating the number of people?
I mean, we need to look at that, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people who What? It being funny?
Am I being funny? No.
No, not you. I'm saying to Vio. I'm saying. That's up to. I mean, honestly, that's up to you. You know, I see things like Chan. It's Starborn. Like.
Chun-Li.
But
he's the Godfather.
Does Takeda even play anymore?
He plays like once
Not
every.
often.
Like it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, give or take, and he always makes Wednesday.
I always find him AFK next to me. No matter where I am, he's just next to me, AFK.
Just follow you.
Stalker.
This is kind of creepy at this point.
Well, I mean, we can okay. So the thing is, like, have an officership in the game as opposed to officership in like in general, like Discord and all that other kind of stuff. There is kind of a separation there. So again, maybe just because they're officer in the guild, as far as like the role to be able to deck, blah blah blah. Maybe having a separate. I mean, just keeping it separate from Discord. In the active participation, yeah, yeah, we can make a separate channel or something. So even though they're officers in the game, they to provide those roles. Then, but the politics and everything else, I guess, is going to be just a little different. Maybe I think that might work better. What is it that you said? What is it? The melee?
What the fuck are you talking about? Oh,
I don't know.
the right to party.
We can name the writers.
Riders of the Storm.
Riders of Blood.
Man, someone else that's not here is gonna be like, so "Can you give me the skinny?" I'll be like, "I don't know."
Like, motherfucker, that was like 2 hours of talking.
I'll be like, "I know," and I'll be like, "Watch this video."
Now, boys,
Here's
like a
skinny.
fucking podcast.
I'm fucked
I'm
up
not
not
gonna
being
lie,
here.
I didn't type shit.
Oh, good.
I got here 5 minutes ago. Did I pretty much catch the gist of it?
You're fine. You're good. It's awesome.
Yeah, everything's fine. It's just recruiting. If you don't, I mean, if you have questions about recruiting, we're gonna go through that in officers chat. I'm gonna post my thing again, and we're gonna kind of like pick and choose. I'll have to give people rights to help edit maybe or something, whatever. So that way we can construct a really good formal way to talk to people prior to bringing them into Discord and then going over an interview. Maybe being a little more professional and leave it up to the discretion of whether or not you want to ask somebody if they want to fucking eat cake and suck dick or whatever the fuck. And then
That is a staple, sir.
Alex, one of the biggest ones though, and you're new for this one too, is that we have a 7-day probationary period. So that is ultimately going to give us the opportunity to really feel you out. You know, is your attitude and playing and all that kind of stuff really going to fit in here? And if it does, it's great. Stick with it. If not, then we'll just remove you.
You got nothing to worry about. Die. I think you fit in perfect.
Well, that's good.
All right. So just make sure you guys help each other or help others out. People who are not here, some of you guys are really good by dropping out just quick details and being concise with them. Just let them know what we talked about here and what the changes are and what we're looking forward to doing. Other than that, I really do appreciate you guys being here tonight. I know some people may think it's a waste of time, but it's not. It's really important because most of us here, we invest a lot of time in this game. A lot. We've invested money and time, patience, all that shit. And I've always felt we've had a damn good thing here, and I don't want to lose it. I really don't. Because I feel sometimes we're on the verge of just like exploding, and where most people will just throw in the flag. I am so fucking stubborn, man. I don't want to throw in a flag. I mean, I have a flag, but I don't want to throw it in. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel that as much as I, appreciate you guys and respect you guys for who you are and what you bring to the table and stuff like that, it's just important that we keep going forward, keep trying to figure shit out, try to make what's best for us. Because in the end, none of us can do it without each other. All we are just fucking gamers or just trying to fucking, find that next good thing. Find the next good group of people that we've all had before in the past. Chasing, what do they call it? Chasing that dragon or some shit like that. Like, example, when I played World of Warcraft for the first time, that took fucking gaming to a whole new level for me. Because I met people that I ended up meeting in real life. I met in person. That shit was way more crazy than playing Nintendo when I was a fucking 8-year-old, And I can sit there, I can honestly say, all you guys, I could honestly sit down and fucking break bread and bullshit and have a good, I'm sure I can have a good time with everybody here in real life. I mean, one day I look forward to that, to be honest. I was going to make a fucking trip back up to see my brother, go up to the East Coast and then come back down, visit fucking Starborn and people on the Levy, people all on the East Coast and shit, and then whoever coming back in. I mean, I was going to do that, but then my work took a different route, but.
That was a big ass Wetwork barbecue.
Dude, I'm serious. I mean, a lot of people were down for that. Like, all right, guys, fucking June 12th, fucking Oklahoma, or just, what I'm saying, pick a point on the map. Everybody's kind of halfway there. It's fucked, though, because we have East Coasters and West Coasters. Everybody's fucked. We even got an Alaskan.
He's fucked.
He's fucked. Mewy. I don't know if we made dinner or not. I'm fucking starving.
Yeah, I gotta go eat. I'm fucking starving too.
I'm sorry, I'm quitting the game though. I'm gonna start playing Revelation full time.
You're gonna get back in like after 10 hours. You're gonna regret wasting.
Nah.
I swear to God, I tried that shit long time ago.
Nope, I'm making my decision. Quitting BDO.
So
Playing
yeah,
Revelation forever.
have fun. Well, Sin, you might take the poll right now, as we all here, almost all of us.
Take a poll.
The poll.
For the Node War days.
Days of Node War. Sin, come on. What the fuck? What did you smoke?